Hi guys, how's it going? Today I wanted to speak about the subject of if life exists long enough on a planet, is intelligence inevitable? Well, the thing is, we have to think about it this way. What is intelligence? Is it the fact that we as humans think of ourselves as conscious because we know who we are, we know what we are? But how do we know if maybe the ant is not conscious of themselves, or the dog or cat is conscious of themselves? I think they're conscious in their own way. And they also do present a form of intelligence. Or do you actually consider that intelligence is only logic thinking or being able to speak and stuff like that? Well, obviously, at least to me, I believe very, very deeply that animals are very intelligent and that they have different senses that allow them to have different kind of intelligence, such as being able to smell stuff much more, will be able to give you all this information about a human being or another animal or somebody else much faster than we would ever be able to do that. And they can actually, for example, a cat or a dog, and I think especially dogs because they have a very acute sense of smell, they would be able to get all this info without actually having to talk to the person. So they would know all these things. They feel, a lot of animals, for example, they know when an earthquake is going to happen before it happens. And that's why you see the birds flying in the sky and going a bit crazy and stuff like that. And usually it happens before some sort of sad thing, or we'll say like an earthquake or whatever it is, just because I'm from California here. And that's the thing, is that they have this intuition. And there's another thing too that needs to be taken into consideration, is the fact that animals are able to walk and they're even able to hunt and stuff like that pretty fast right out of the womb. But there's a reasoning to that, is that because we have such a big brain, in order for it to develop bigger, we need to actually come out of the womb prematurely. So when we're born as babies, it's actually pretty premature, and that's why it takes longer for us to get to that point. Whereas animals, they don't have such big brains in a way, so they're able to come out of the womb much more agile and much more ready comparatively to us. But the thing is that it's not nearly a necessity for intelligence to develop if life exists long enough. I think intelligence will develop, but it will develop in a way that it's needed for survival, not for anything else. Whatever is needed for the survival of that species, of that plant, of that ant, of whatever is living on that planet, is the intelligence that will be given and that will be required to be given to that specific entity, we'll say. And that's why it's not, now of course, like, now it goes back to like, how much are you considering intelligence? Is it the intelligence of animals? Is it the intuition of animals? Or is it the intelligence of human beings? The thing is that it really goes back again to how things develop through evolution. And this is something that's not a guarantee, as it wasn't a guarantee for us to develop intelligence. Or maybe we're actually not even in the pinnacle of intelligence, and maybe some other creature in hundreds and hundreds of years or thousands of years, well, actually it would have to be thousands of years, because evolution happens over really, really centuries and centuries and centuries, that could actually become much more intelligent than us. But we've developed in such a way that for some reason we actually need to live in homes. We need to have cooked food. We need to have things given to us. We need to have basically all of these different things that animals don't need. They don't need clothes. They don't need to have cooked food. They don't need to have cars. They're just content as long as they can have the sun, they can have enough food, they can have some form of shelter, but it doesn't have to be a luxurious house. But yet we do all these things like makeup, entertain ourselves with movies, have the internet and all these things, have books to pass time, we converse with each other, and then it gets a little bit different. But evolution dictated that because it was the best way for us to live, and it's kind of like a mix and match. It's mixing all the colors together, and eventually something works, and the things that don't work just go extinct. And that's why you see 99.9% of creatures on Earth have gone extinct, or anything that has been living, you know. So that's where it gets a little bit hazy. So it's not necessarily great evolution of intellect. I think it'll be an evolution of intellect for survival. Once we hit that pinnacle and the survival doesn't need more than that, then there's no reason for evolution to keep on making us more intelligent. But if it does become something that's a survival necessity, we'll say, and if we don't have it, we can't survive, well then we'll even become more intelligent. Or it could be even less intelligent, who knows. If AI takes over and all that, then maybe we could become less intelligent. But it all depends on the survival of the fittest. It goes always back to that. So that's it. That's all I have to say on the subject. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.